Hello, teacher. I'm Maria Paulina Torres. I'm with Juan Andrés Cuadros, Andrés González, Juan Miguel Gil, and Pablo González, and we will present the import plan of Pintuco. Company's name is Pintuco, but its legal name is Compañía Global de Pinturas SAS, or in English, Global Paint Company SAS. The branch of activity is the production and sale of paints, varnishes, enamels, and lacquers. And about the product portfolio, they offer different products depending of the sector. We have here some examples in the architectural sector that could be home and constructions. They offer interior and exterior paints, waterproofing, and enamels. About the industrial sector, they offer floor and metal structure coatings, the protection against wear and corrosion. About the automotive, they offer car paints and refinishing, and they offer complementary products that are putties, sealants, brushes, and rollers. The products that they import, they have more than 800 products for its production, but the most important products are nitrocellulose, epoxy resins, polyester resins, titanium, hybrid resins, epoxy polyester, and the product that we choose is titanium, that its origin is Altamira, Mexico. Is there a separate purchasing supply department in the company? In the case of Pintuco, yes. They has a specialized purchasing and supply chain department, including a foreign trade director and a purchasing intelligence specialist. They manage with a focus on demand, just-in-time production, and sustainability. What is their supply chain strategy and why? The Pintuco's strategy is based on just-in-time demand and production, allowing them to quickly adapt the market to the market changes and reduce costs. And this strategy allows them to adapt to the market, comply with environmental regulations, and reduce inventory costs by 15% thanks to the just-in-time and alliances with suppliers. And how many suppliers does the company consider when making a purchasing decision? Eh, this exactly information was not specific, but we found that they maintains a diverse base around of 107 suppliers.
Let's continue with the supplier section. Before choosing a supplier, Pintuco evaluates several key factors: product quality, compliance with international standards like ISO or REACH, delivery times, competitive pricing, and very importantly, ethical and environmentally responsibility. It's not just about finding the cheapest option, but about securing a reliable and sustainable supply. Once a supplier is chosen, their performance is constantly monitored. Pintuco checks whether deliveries are on time, whether products meet all their technical requirements, and if the suppliers respect the contract terms. They also look at how quickly the suppliers respond to unexpected changes and whether they bring new ideas or improvement. This helps maintain strong long-term relationships. Now, how do they find new suppliers? Pintuco searches both locally and globally. They attend international trade fairs, use online sourcing platforms, and rely on professional networks. For example, titanium dioxide, one of the key raw materials, is sourced from countries like US, Mexico, or China. The goal is to build a diverse, flexible supplier base. Now, ethics are a big part of Pintuco's supply chain. Suppliers must follow a strict code of conduct, covering labor conditions, sustainability, and transparency. Pintuco conducts audits and promotes traceability in the supply process. As a part of ASCO Nobel, They follow global ethics standards and are committed to fair trade and environmental protection.
Paint manufacturers like Pintuco follow a standard purchase-to-pay cycle to acquire materials. The process starts with a purchase requisition, when the department needs supplies, and after this, a management approval is made. A purchase order is issued to the supplier. Once the good arrive, they are inspected and recorded. The final steps involves matching the supplier's invoice with the purchase order and the delivery record before the accounts payable department process payment. The key steps are requisition of material, approval by managers, issuance of the purchase order, goods receipt upon delivery, invoice matching the payment. This process ensures control over quality, cost, and compliance through the supply chain. Next, we have that Vinyltech relies on key raw materials like titanium dioxide, resins, solvents, and additives, each with different supply risk. Dioxide of titanium and resins are strategic and require multi-sourcing and long-term contracts. Solvents and filters are low risk, so pricing and negotiation just-in-time strategies apply. The supply segmentation helps manage risk and insurance on quantity. Next, we have that the Colombian manufacturers use wire transfers and letters of credit as main international payment methods. Vintage platforms like Wise are MobilePay and emerging Chapter Faster alternatives. All methods must apply with Colombian regulations. Finally, to improve Vinyltech's supply chain, Pintuco should diversify suppliers for critical inputs like dioxide of titanium and resins, and combine the just-in-time with safety stock for high-risk items and diagnosticate the procurement and payment methods to boost efficiency. It should adopt sustainable sourcing practices to enhance risk management through scenario planning and close supplier collaboration.
Okay, so for import plan, we decided that we were going to import titanium dioxide pigments, specifically 40,000 kilograms of this compound in powder. We decided that Pintuco needed this product because they use it to manufacture their proprietary paint, which is Vinyltech. For our suppliers and quotations, we decided to go with two different suppliers, one in the USA and one in China. The first one is Chemours Inc. Operations. They are an American chemical company and they already have an excellent reputation worldwide as a manufacturer of titanium dioxide. The bill of landing that I showed before, we saw that this supplier was the supplier of Pintuco, so we chose to continue working with them. But we also wanted another option in China that is Lomon Billions Group. They are a Chinese company. They already have a very wide network for exporting. They also are one of the biggest producers of this product, and they offer competitive pricing that it's lower than the one given by the American supplier. And here we're going to see a summary of the supplier quotations. So the Incoterm quoted for the American supplier was FOB at Houston Port, the same amount of product in kilograms was quoted for both suppliers. And the thing that we saw is that the Chinese supplier has a stricter payment terms because the American gave us a payment term of 30% cash in advance and 70% against the BL, while the Chinese gave us a payment term of 50% cash in advance and 50% before shipment. This is an analysis of the suppliers. We chose Chimur's international operations in the United States because even though they have a higher price than the Chinese supplier, they have a faster lead time. They share more complete documentation about their product. They have certification compliance in almost worldwide. And also we already saw that Pintuco has worked in the past with the American supplier, so this means that the company already trusts them with supplying their important raw materials. Here we have the sea freight quotation that we think is the best choice because its price, we saw that we needed 2 HC containers to fit the cargo. The origin of quoted was from Port of Houston with the supplier Chemors International, and the arrival will be Port of Cartagena. This freight will have a cost with insurance of $3,586 with both containers. Cargo arrives in 8 to 11 days. This freight will be a complete shipment of the 1,600 units, like bags of the product that we need to import. So this is a very good option. We think this is the best option in the air freight quotations. We quoted as an origin, Houston Airport, and as an arrival, El Dorado International Airport in Bogota. The value of this freight with insurance is $21,599, and the cargo arrives in 8 to 12 days. So the shipment we quoted only carries 200 units of this product, which means that we need to do 8 shipments to complete the 1,600 units of product that we need. This can cost up to $172,792, which is even more expensive than the product itself. So this is not a viable option for us. So for the packaging and product specifications, our product that we're going to import is titanium dioxide pigments. So we need 1,600 bags filled with the product. Each bag is going to weigh 25 kilograms. These bags are going to be organized in pallets. These pallets are going to be organized into 40 feet HC containers that is going to contain 20 US standard pallets each. So this product has one specific handling requirement, that is that the product must be kept dry, avoiding moisture and avoiding puncturing the bags because this product is in a powder state.
We are going to understand a little bit more about the process that a product, in this case the titanium dioxide, must do to make an import process in Colombia. So first, we need to know about the humanized system code, where the humanized system code from titanium dioxide is 2823001000. This is the humanized system code for this product in Colombia, because in Colombia the digits are 10. Also for this product we have the tariff and the tax, where this product is a particular case in Colombia because it has a tariff of 0%, and this is because this is a kind of product that is used by all the manufacturing process, at least in most of them, but it also is not produced in Colombia, so it has a 0% tariff. But it must pay an IVA, that is the tax of Colombia, that is 19% in every case. So the question, United States or China? Maybe with this product, when we have a 0 tariff, there's no problem with United States or China with that. But in the case the product have a tariff or maybe 10, 20, The best option will be United States because Colombia and United States have a free trade agreement and Colombia and China doesn't have a free trade agreement. So the product will have also a zero tariff with the United States. And nowadays there's too much pressure between Colombia and the United States and too much pressure between United States and China. But it seems like United States doesn't have too much political risk or country risk as China. So the United States is a better option in this case. In the case of the non-tariff barriers, it will face three of them, the technical data sheet and the SDS. This is because as titanium dioxide is a chemical product, it should have the SDS and the technical data sheet for just being a chemical product. The labeling and packaging, where the product and the labeling and packaging, sorry, say it's about how to handling this product, if it's dangerous or hazard, and the specified type of the product and the hazard classification that is useful for internal and external transportation and requirements. Now, the quote of land transportation from airport or port, we have these two options where the port of Cartagena to a Medellin warehouse, in this case Pintuco, it will cost around $1,000 for the two containers that we are going to import. Each of them are going to cost around 500 USD dollars. And the base rate is 84.6 Colombian pesos per ton. This information we got it from Legis Comics with the Sistema de Inteligencia Comercial. But the only thing with the airport, the port of Cartagena to Medellin, is that it has a medium distance of 12 hours of driving, or 1 hour today if the one who is driving decides to make any stops. The other option is the Jose Maria Cordova, where the containers are going to cost $150, 75 each of them. And it's very quickly because it's only going to take 45 minutes to deliver in the warehouse that we wanted. So the conclusion from the import process, we choose that Shermos is the better option for making importation from titanium dioxide because this is a supplier that has international operations and too much quality, reliability, and also international certification that support the high quality of the product, and it has a good process. Also, as it's a company located in the United States, the lead time it's lower than the one that comes from China, that it's Lemon Billions. Lemon Billions will take around 3 weeks, and Shermos, sorry, will take around 2 weeks. Shermos give also better payment terms that makes a financial burden more flexible compared to the payment terms that Lemon Billions give. And however, the import process from the United States with the FDA is very different and benefits the Colombian companies than the import process from a China company to Colombia.